Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a woman convicted of killing her 3-year-old son receives her sentence.
Plus, how authorities are responding to a spike in online sexual exploitation cases facing children.
And a UMaine grad student designs a foldable shelter that could be used by anyone that needs some instant cover.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll have those stories and much more coming up, including the latest on an earthquake that rattled California. But first, we're going to check out the weather forecast. Looks like kind of a quiet day today, which is nice. We have a few quiet days here before some more stormy weather moves into the area.
The sun peeked out for a little bit yesterday, so I'm hoping that may happen again today.
It was nice.
Absolutely. Devin Biggs says the forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We have some alerts already in effect ahead of our next system. This right here, it's a high wind watch. It's up until 2 a.m. Saturday. Obviously, there'll be an upgrade in between. And down toward the coast, we do have a storm watch in effect until 2 a.m. on Saturday as well. Because of the wind, it's also going to be moving through. We'll see an upgrade with that. And I'm going to pull up one more alert here that's not pulling up here. And this right here in the green area right here is a coastal flood watch that's also in effect. And that is also up for many areas until Friday at about 1 p.m. This is because of our next system moving in too. With the wind now push some water from the ocean on shore. So these counties listed here will need to watch for a coastal flood watch as well. And I'm sure we'll see these alerts expanded further off towards the east. But for now, we're looking pretty good out there. Things looking pretty quiet this morning. Just a few passing clouds. Otherwise, things looking pretty good. We can zoom things out just a little bit more. And just a few clouds off toward the west. High pressure keeping us calm. And I mean very calm. There's hardly any wind out there, so the ocean's nice and calm. And the key word is for now. We're in that calm before the storm. We'll just have a mixture of clouds and sun today. More clouds on the way later on tonight, and we'll really see more cloud cover ahead of our next system later on, especially as we head towards Thursday. Here's the wind, not too bad at all. A light breeze out of the southwest and a little bit to the west at about 5 miles per hour. We'll be switching directions from time to time, but overall the winds will remain rather light. But your forecast moving forward for today, again, a partly cloudy sky overall, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
All right, thank you, Devin. A Stockton Springs mother convicted of murdering her 3-year-old son has been sentenced to 47 years in jail. A.J. Douglas spoke to the child's family members who point to what they call a deeper problem with a state agency.
Jessica Williams was sentenced to 47 years in jail for the death of her 3-year-old son, Maddox. Williams was convicted of murder back in October after Maddox died from internal injuries in the abdomen as a result of battered child syndrome. Judge Murray said Williams' lack of remorse played a role in sentencing, noting that at one point, Williams blamed her other children for abusing Maddox.
Causes anything other than herself. Somehow it must have been the dog. Somehow it must have been the 8-year-old or the 6-year-old siblings' behaviors. It must have been the trampoline.
Maddox's father, Andrew Williams, echoed those feelings.
She doesn't feel bad. She doesn't have any emotion. Doesn't seem like she cares at all what she did.
Former Senator Bill Diamond says he has been fighting for crucial policy updates within Maine's child protection system since 2001. Diamond, along with Maddox's family, are calling for changes like more routine wellness checks to confirm a child's safety.
The Office of Child and Family Services, in this case again, placed poor Maddox in that situation, took him from the loving home of his grandmother and put him in that home, and he was dead in 3 months.
The family says they wish their voices were heard sooner.
They were warned several times by my whole family and myself that this was going to happen.
When DHHS is involved, they don't go in and stop in and check on the children and see if they're safe environment, especially with COVID, which is not an excuse.
Maddox's father and paternal grandmother say they are reminded of Maddox every day and hope to move forward beyond their grief to spark change in hopes of protecting other children involved in child protection services. Tuesday, Andrew reflected on who his son was.
He was caring, funny, beautiful boy.
In Belfast, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Bangor police are searching for the suspect who robbed the Bangor Savings Bank on Broadway. Sergeant Jason McAmbley says it happened just before 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. People at nearby businesses say the robbery makes them a little nervous.
We were all all a little concerned, but for us here, we're friends with the people at the bank. We see them and deal with them every day. So we were kind of more worried about them.
The suspect is described as a white male, approximately 5 feet 9 inches tall, with dark hair and a goatee. He was wearing a green hooded jacket and gray pants. McCambly says he left in an unknown direction with an undisclosed amount of cash. Anyone with information is asked to call the Bangor Police Department at 947-7384. You can leave an anonymous tip at extension 6.
A man remains in critical condition after getting shot by a family member in Rumford. It happened Monday evening at a home on Route 2. Police were responding to a domestic disturbance there when they learned a 23-year-old man had been shot. Police arrested 27-year-old Shay McKenna and charged him with elevated aggravated assault with a dangerous weapon. He was taken to the Oxford County Jail, where he's being held without bail. The victim was airlifted to a Portland hospital with critical injuries.
A recent spike in online sex crimes has become a concern for Maine state officials. David Ledford has the story.
The United States Department of Justice reports that there has been an increase in cases involving the sexual exploitation of minors across the U.S. in the past year. According to Darcy McElwee, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Maine, the crime is known as sextortion and involves predators posing online as teenagers and asking for illicit images, which they use to exploit underage victims.
And once that photo is sent, they will either insist on other photos being sent, or worse, that money be sent to avoid the sextortionist then sharing those photos with whomever.
McElwee says that sextortion can happen to anyone, but that boys between the ages of 14 and 17 and girls between the ages of 12 and 17 are the most common victims. Predators often utilize gaming platforms, apps, and social media to commit these crimes while hiding their identities. McElwee says victims are often afraid to come forward, but that it's important to talk about the issue.
It's not their fault, it's the sextortionist's fault, and that they haven't done anything wrong, and that they should report these things to a trusted adult as soon as possible.
McElwee says it's important for parents to talk to their kids about online safety and encourage them to speak up when they are concerned. For more information on sextortion, visit the website for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Meanwhile, the owner of a controversial nightclub in Bangor has decided to close the business. Patrick Brand, the owner of Half Acre Nightclub, announced on Facebook Tuesday they will be closing their doors after 11 years in business. The nightclub has come under scrutiny over the past few years for numerous violent crimes that took place in the parking lot. Brand said in his post, quote, "This decision doesn't stem from local government, neighbors, or lack of success. This is a personal choice for me, as it's time for me to move on to the next adventure."
Back in my 20s and 30s, I thought it was a lot of fun. Now that I'm in my 40s, it's not so much fun. To the point I really don't even enjoy being here as much as I used to. And so I just thought it's time to take a step back, have some me time, and figure out what I want to do from here.
Brand says he has no comment in regards to whether he plans to sell the club or not.
As part of its mission to provide low-cost internet access across Maine, Maine Connectivity Authority announced a grant for some of Maine's most underserved areas. Matthew Juronsik has more on the story.
On Monday, Maine Connectivity Authority announced 3 awards totaling more than $1 million in funding for its Jumpstart Connectivity initiative.
Is actually the first program that was launched by MCA earlier this year to look at new technologies and partnerships and modeling off of some national best practices around how to incorporate non-wired solutions to address hard-to-reach areas.
Towns like Lakeville, Lee, Greenville, Orion, and Danforth were selected to receive the Jumpstart Initiative Award, which will provide broadband connection. Providers for these awards include Outer Reach Broadband, U.S. Cellular, and wireless partners. The initiative will benefit residential customers, and it will also make a difference for schools in these areas, including Lee Academy.
It's wonderful for this community. I mean, a lot of our students were in a bit of an underserved population when it comes to technology and internet. So it'll be huge for our students to have the ability to work from home, work more productively if we do have a snow day or have to go remote.
With better internet, we're going to have a more reliable connection and be able to be outdoors and be away from this like standard classroom setting and still be getting our educations.
Butcher says the future is looking bright for more projects like this planned for the future.
You know, the governor has made bold and ambitious commitments around providing connectivity to those who need it and want it and don't have it as soon as possible. And this is one way in which we'll be addressing that goal.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Exciting news for them.
I know. During the pandemic, I think the need for that was revealed very strongly throughout school districts across Maine. Well, the time is now 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, potential relief for Maine lobstermen. And we'll check out foldable shelters that can be used by the homeless or anyone that needs to escape the elements.
But first, another look at your forecast. Looks like a partly cloudy day today with highs around 35. The clouds thicken up tonight. Gets a little chilly out there, 16 the low temperature tonight. Tomorrow, another mostly cloudy day with highs near 36.
'Twas the week before Christmas. Seems the big national stores had quit. Their shelves kind of empty, as if to say, sorry, that's it. But Rennie's keeps pushing and filling their shelves with candy, food, toys, clothing, and everything else. Don't make the big box mistake or keep shopping online. Be safe and satisfied in this, the final stretch. It's Rennie's time.
Planning your holiday meals and parties? Don't forget about visiting WVII Sons in Bangor, just minutes from the Broadway exit in the Beaumark Industrial Park. Come see why WVII was voted best butcher shop in Bangor as you get your filet strips of ribeyes custom cut by professional butchers. Try one of their famous honey glazed spiral hams or smoked turkey or chicken. Open on site Monday through Friday. Maine products made by Maine people. WVII Sons. Quality meats since 1860.
Hometown Health Center in Newport and Dexter wishes you the happiest of holidays. Come see us and have a healthy new year. Get your hearing aids at Dover Audiology in Dover Foxcroft. Better hearing brings us closer to the joys of the holidays. Happy holidays from Berg Activewear. See us for screen printing and embroidery for your teams, club, or gift giving. Visit bergactivewear.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Maine lobstermen and women may breathe a little easier if the current omnibus spending package being considered by Congress is passed. We spoke to Senator Susan Collins about the Maine delegation's push for the provision, as well as the Maine Lobstering Union about what it all means to them.
A provision within the $1.7 trillion omnibus spending package unveiled Tuesday would mean a considerable pause on what some say was going to be the ultimate destruction of the Maine lobster industry. That provision puts a stop to the implementation of any further cuts to the Maine lobster fishery for the next 6 years.
This gives us some time to figure out how we implement dynamic area management, how we move some of these conservation measures forward. It gives us a little bit of time to figure things out.
Olson says all the changes they made as part of Phase 1 of NOAA's new rules would stay in place, including new gear markings, a 60% risk reduction that took miles of rope out of the water, and the installation of weak links into existing lines. But further cuts and changes would be stopped, at least temporarily. Olson says she hopes new data will be gathered in that time and that NOAA will rethink how they formulate future regulations.
Asking NOAA, instead of using those worst case scenarios, to look and use cases that were more representative of reasonably likely to occur instead of worst case scenario.
Maine's congressional delegation and Governor Mills pushed hard for the new provision in the hopes of giving Maine lobstermen and women some relief and to save the iconic industry as a whole. They continue to stress that data shows a right whale death has never been directly attributed to Maine lobster gear.
This provision will mean that for the next 6 years, the current regulations will be frozen in place while more data is being gathered to pinpoint what is causing the demise of the right whale. the administration had planned to go forth with another round of very onerous, misguided regulations that literally would have spelled the death of the Maine lobster industry.
The Center for Biological Diversity and other environmental organizations are upset about the provision. The center said in a statement, quote, "With a declining population of 340 individuals and 70 breeding females, the right whale will almost certainly be on an irreversible extinction trajectory if U.S. lobster fisheries are allowed to avoid key conservation measures," end quote. But Olson argues that stakeholders on all sides want the same thing, and the extra time is needed to reimagine the conservation plan and make it more effective.
You don't have good information, you don't have good rules. And I think we all want good rule because we all want to be able to save the North Atlantic right whale.
Senator Collins says she expects the House and the Senate to vote on the bill this week. Reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22, I'm Beth Jones.
Engineers from the University of Maine are pioneering structure designs inspired by the art of origami. Devin Dagnall met with them to unfold the story.
Origami is the delicate process of precisely folding paper to create a sculpture, but it was also the main inspiration behind a half-decade-long project at the University of Maine. Anthony Verzoni, the graduate student at the University of Maine responsible for the project, says origami inspired him to create structures that could easily fold and unfold in a matter of minutes.
Started with making simple cardboard and foam board models, and the idea was to create a shelter that was very rapidly deployable and would also pack into the smallest volume possible.
According to Verzoni, the structures could easily be transported and used by the military to make them more mobile in the field. The structures could also be used as temporary housing for the homeless. Verzoni says one of the biggest problems while designing his origami structures was figuring out how to build a structure that could be solid but also able to fold and unfold indefinitely.
The manufacturing techniques over time in history have been proven it's very difficult to create the hinge line. So we tried to limit the number of folding lines, and to do that you had to use very, very common, easy shapes.
According to Dr. Masood Raiz Rahani, one of the mechanical engineering professors that worked on the project, the implications of these structures go beyond that of just military purposes and could play a crucial role in disaster relief efforts.
Because if you think about, disasters around the world, really providing, a good shelter, a quick shelter is really perhaps one of the most important or urgent actions that need to be taken.
In Orono, I'm Devin Dagnall for ABC7 and Fox 22.
I love that. It's a great idea.
Absolutely.
It'd be interesting to see where that all goes from here. Well, the time now is 6:18. Coming up after the break, we'll hear how one local business has made free Christmas trees available.
Plus, we'll hear from a local rabbi about some of the delicious aspects of the Hanukkah holiday. We'll be right back.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh, wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Wings, Wings, Wings is hiring, hiring, hiring. Come work at Wings, Wings, Wings. Wings is #1.
Wings does case management.
Bring hope to families by working at Wings, Wings, Wings.
I work at Wings.
I work at Wings.
Come work at Wings.
Wings, 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 ranked one of the best places to work in Maine for the last 5 years in a row.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Kim's Car Care offers detailing inside, outside, and under the hood for $299. We want our customers to have a wow factor with 100% satisfaction. Walk-ins welcome, and we do offer gift certificates.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, tonight marks the fourth night of Hanukkah, with the fifth candle on the menorah being lit. The 8 nights of Hanukkah and the lighting of the menorah serve as a reminder for the miracle of the oil, which describes the liberation of the temple in Jerusalem and the victory over the tyrant king, when a small quantity of pure oil lasted for 8 days, lighting up the temple's menorah when it was only realistically enough for one night. Rabbi Bill Seamers of Congregation of Beth Israel in Bangor discussed how the miracle of the oil translates into tangible treats enjoyed during the holiday.
You don't need an excuse to eat oily food, but because we have the miracle of the oil, on Hanukkah we'll eat latkes, potato pancakes fried in oil, and also donuts. So it's not a good time to be on a diet.
Night of Hanukkah this year will fall on Monday, the 26th. If you're seeking a place of worship or would like to learn more about Maine's oldest continuously functioning synagogue, you can head on to the Congregation Beth Israel's website at cbisrael.org.
Some Maine businesses are helping to make holiday spending less stressful this year. Plants Unlimited has partnered with the Belfast Soup Kitchen to provide free Christmas trees to Mainers. And organizers say that locals are thankful for the support from the town.
People are very thankful for the generosity of this community. I think a lot of people were not able to find trees or pay for trees this year, so they've been very thankful.
If they have to decide between food or heat and a Christmas tree, it's a pretty easy decision. So this is a great thing to be able to give them a tree.
Plants Unlimited provided Belfast Soup Kitchen with 57 trees in total, but those seeking a free tree should hurry if they want to grab one before they're gone.
What a nice thing they're doing.
That is awesome.
It makes sense. So many people struggling out there, and trees, I think, I didn't buy one this year, but I think they're up like 60, 70 bucks or something like that.
They're wicked expensive.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, it's like needs and wants.
Right.
And it can be a bummer when you have to rule out the wants.
You got to feed your family, you got to pay the bills, and maybe buy a few presents.
Right, right. There's so many things that are expected to be bought during this time of year.
Good for Plants Unlimited.
Right, right. Well, the time is now 6:22.
Time to get a full look at our forecast with Devin.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. So here's the alerts that we're watching for today. So we have a storm watch in effect along the coast until 2 a.m. on Saturday. That's this area right about in here. And we also have a high wind watch that's been issued until 2 a.m. Saturday. Obviously, both of those alerts will see some upgrades. It's another alert that I'm going to pull up right about in here. So we'll query that for you here. And this is what we call a coastal flood watch that is in effect. And that's because we're going to be dealing with some wind. It's going to be pushing some water on shore. I honestly would not be surprised to see these expanded, as we'll be watching this system developing as we do move forward. So these are the alerts that are in effect, at least until Friday or Saturday or so. But for now, we're looking pretty decent out there. Just a few passing clouds, things remaining rather calm with high pressure right nearby. But we are going to be watching for our next system that will be moving in soon. Here's high pressure right here. Here's a weak little cold front right here. But the major system is well off toward the west, starting to get its act together now. We'll track off towards the east. And later this week, a lot of wintry precipitation, but mainly rain, will soon be on the way for us. So for now, we're going to be under a partly cloudy sky for us today. Any clouds we're seeing will be getting out of here. But more clouds on the way later on tonight. And really to the daytime tomorrow, as we'll be watching for our next system now, will really get its act together in a big hurry. So it's going to start getting its act together pretty much later today with some snow across parts of the upper Midwest. Other areas seeing some precipitation, what we call a bomb cyclone, also known as bombogenesis, which means a system that really blows up in a big hurry. And we're going to be seeing that throughout the next day or so, especially Thursday and Friday. We'll see a wintry mix by early Friday morning or so. But with warmer air pushing in, we'll see this switching over to all rain. So anything that does accumulate snow-wise or ice-wise will melt in a hurry with, of course, gusty winds up to 50, even 60 miles per hour at times. We'll push this through, but the gusty winds will continue, especially as we head towards the weekend. All of the precipitation issues will begin to back off, especially as we head towards the holiday weekend. So here we go. Any snowfall mainly occurred later on in the week, though, especially by Friday, as we'll be watching for a little bit of snow in the northern ends of the state. Hardly anything further down toward the south. This will mainly be a rain issue, as well as any of the snow will melt with temperatures getting above freezing. 1 to 2 inches, possibly possibly up to 3 inches of rain before we're all finished up. So a lot of rainfall on the way between now and Sunday. And of course, temperatures will really warm up in a hurry as well before it begins to melt away. Our average high being 33 degrees will be in the mid-30s today and tomorrow. Lower 50s for your Friday, not a typo. Then we'll cool off in a hurry again back into the 20s for highs into the weekend and Monday into Tuesday as well. Your forecast for today, mid-30s, partly cloudy with that west wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, mid-teens becoming mostly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mid-30s becoming mostly cloudy with the east wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And here's a look at your extended forecast moving forward. So we're going to be watching for things to get active later on, especially as we head towards your Friday with that wind sheet mix that will switch over to rain with highs in the lower 50s. Today is also the first day of winter. And then by Saturday, Christmas Eve, it's a slight chance for snow, otherwise partly cloudy. And Christmas Day looking pretty good as well, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-20s.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Happy holidays from Coastal Auto Parts, your locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts store, now featuring a whole line of Milwaukee tools. Happy holidays from Nana's Attic and then some, now open in the Mill Mall, Ellsworth. We have antiques, treasures, collectibles, furniture, and more. Make Complete Tire Incorporated your next stop for new tires, quality maintenance, and professional auto repair services, located in Ellsworth.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Now to the cleanup after a deadly earthquake in Northern California. Residents say the shaking lasted for nearly 20 terrifying seconds. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujay with more.
A state of emergency declared in California overnight as officials assess the damage from Tuesday's 6.4 magnitude earthquake in Humboldt County.
It felt like I was in a tornado. My house is on posts and piers, and it completely moved in circles. It was pretty terrifying.
2 people died from medical emergencies. Another dozen were injured, and that number could rise. The city of Rio Del saw the brunt of the damage. Windows destroyed, items thrown off shelves, and entire houses are shifted off their foundations.
Open the door and this is what I opened up to. Whole front porch fell off.
The owner of this auto parts store cleaning up glass and boarding up windows.
You couldn't walk through either aisle. My side door is inaccessible. My back door is inaccessible.
Many roads now closed for safety inspections.
You can see the cracks in the road here and the railing bends.
At least 15 homes have been red tagged, meaning they're not safe for habitation. The quake also knocking out power for 70,000 people. More than half of those affected saw power restored by last night. But residents are left shaken, with more than 80 aftershocks already reported. One came as local officials gave a news conference.
Aftershocks also.
Experts say there's now an 11% chance of a quake stronger than magnitude 5 hitting in the next week. Residents are being urged to strap down any large items.
Our priority from the very beginning is life. And so we are concerned about our residents here in the county
Tuesday's quake was a crucial test for the earthquake warning app called MyShake. It notified 270,000 people about the quake, some getting 10 seconds notice to prepare.
It was the biggest alert for the MyShake app since it launched in 2019.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is set to visit Washington today in his first trip known outside the country since Russia's invasion began in February. The trip to Washington will include a meeting with President Biden and an address to Congress on Capitol Hill. It comes as lawmakers are set to vote on a year-end spending package that includes about $45 billion in emergency assistance to Ukraine, and as the U.S. prepares to send Patriot surface-to-air missiles to the country to help stave off Russia's invasion. The visit comes as the war rages on. On Tuesday, Zelensky made a dangerous trip to what he called the hottest spot on the front line in Ukraine's contested Donetsk province, where the praised Ukrainian troops for their courage, resilience, and strength as artillery boomed in the background.
Well, this morning, the futures of tens of thousands of migrants continue to hang in the balance as they flock to the border. They're anxiously awaiting a decision from the Supreme Court that would allow them to enter the U.S.
This morning, mounting uncertainty over Title 42. It comes as the legal challenges over the pandemic-era policy allowing the U.S. to turn away asylum seekers continues to play out. The Supreme Court putting the rollback on hold, and the Biden administration asking the High Court to reject a bid by 19 GOP-led states to keep the policy in place. With the decision on what comes next down to the wire, pressure is building in El Paso, where the mayor says shelters are already packed to the brim.
We want to make sure that we're prepared. We've heard that numbers are really big in Mexico, Red Line Waters, and there's probably over 20,000 over there today that are waiting for Title 42 to be lifted.
While it's clear migrants are still coming in, and in large numbers, the surge appears to be waning, at least in the El Paso area for now. According to the Department of Homeland Security, the number of migrant crossings has dropped to 1,500 per day. That's down from 2,500 at one point earlier this month. Still, the Texas National Guard beefing up security along the border, hundreds of troops on the ground, wire fencing, Humvees surrounding that area. Title 42 has emerged as a hot-button political debate, with many Republicans and some Democrats arguing that it's critical to border control, while immigration advocates and most Democrats say it undercuts the asylum system. This couple from Venezuela tell me they journeyed through 5 countries and the dangerous Darien Gap in order for a chance at refuge from their violence and poverty-torn homeland, saying, "We want to offer a bright future for our kids." Should the Supreme Court lift Title 42 restrictions, the Biden administration wants it to stay in place until at least after the holidays. It just buys them a little extra time to prepare. And on that front, officials here in El Paso say they've identified 2 vacant schools that could serve as temporary shelters.
Your U.S. mail service is plugging into the next generation of trucks for a greener delivery. The U.S. Postal Service is investing $9.6 billion to switch the postal fleet's 220,000 trucks from gas to electric. At least 66,000 trucks will be battery electric vehicles. $3 billion in funding comes from the Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act. The mail service hopes to be all electric by 2026. The U.S. Postal Service is currently running at an operating loss, reporting an adjusted loss of $473 million for the fiscal year 2022 in November.
Sign of the times, I guess.
I guess so. And when we return, we'll have your daily fun facts.
Don't go away. We'll have your forecast, too.
Finelli Pizzeria in Ellsworth, now under new ownership, has been using fresh ingredients and ideas on top of our award-winning pizza doughs and sauces for more than 20 years. Come try our famous New York-style pizza. We're sure you'll agree. It's the best pizza you've ever tasted.
Merry Christmas from Dragonfly's Cottages, thanking our customers of nearly 10 years and new ones. We are open with great deals until December 22nd. Thank you. Max True Value thanks all of our patients for continued support. We wish everyone a safe and happy holiday season. Decorate your home with the beauty of Lugian Frederick's Florist. Stop by and enjoy our holiday displays and the options for decorating your home.
Planning your holiday meals and parties? Don't forget about visiting WVII Sons in Bangor, just minutes from the Broadway exit in the Beaumark Industrial Park. Come see why WVII was voted best butcher shop in Bangor as you get your filet strips of ribeyes custom cut by professional butchers. Try one of their famous honey glazed spiral hams or smoked turkey or chicken. Open on site Monday through Friday. Maine products made by Maine people. WVII Sons. Quality meats since 1860.
Have you ever walked into a jewelry store and just gotten overwhelmed? Pushy salesmen, sky-high prices, and they don't even have what you want. Well, that's not the experience you get from Quality Jewelers. Our team does not work on commission, so that means our common goal of finding you the perfect piece is paramount. Our mission is to give you the best experience possible, providing service after the sale and earning your business for life. So make those memories with us here at Quality Jewelers. Quality Jewelers, locally owned and operated, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
Finelli Pizzeria in Ellsworth, now under new ownership, has been using fresh ingredients and ideas on top of our award-winning pizza doughs and sauces for more than 20 years. Come try our famous New York-style pizza. We're sure you'll agree it's the best pizza you've ever tasted.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Well, today is Wednesday, December 21st, 2022. There are only 10 days left in the year. Today is also the winter solstice, which is the shortest day and the longest night of the year, making the official, or actually marking the official start of winter.
The word solstice comes from the Latin word sol, which means sun, and sistere, which means to stand still. Because during the solstice, the angle between the sun's rays and the plane of the Earth's equator appear to stand still. December 21st marks the start of when days will begin to grow longer.
I like that. This will be the least amount of sunlight we'll see all year. Now it will get a little longer from here.
And officially improvement from here on out.
I like the sound of that. Well, today is also National Maine Day, honoring our state being the 23rd state in the Union. And since we are located at the northeastern most tip of the country, our geography and culture offers more than many other states.
And for birthdays, today we have musician Frank Zappa, who would have been 82 today. Actress Jane Fonda is 85, and actor Samuel L. Jackson is 74.
I love Sam Jackson's stuff.
I do too.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
I do too.
Although Snakes on a Plane was a little you know.
I never saw that one, but just by the title, I was like,
Yeah, you got to watch it anyway. It's worth watching. It's not you're not going to learn anything, but it's entertaining.
To be perfectly honest, I would rather watch that than listen to more Frank Zappa.
Really, you're not a big Zappa fan?
Not a big Zappa fan. Like, I'm weird, but I don't think I'm in that category.
I can't name you anything he did, but I remember when I was younger, him appearing every now and then.
A lot of different stuff. He has a great variety of music, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, as far as the weather is concerned, it looks like another quiet day today. We have a couple of days here, although Friday it looks like it's going to be very stormy. They're talking about some very powerful winds moving into the area that could bring some power outages. There's going to be lots of rain, so any snow we have is probably going to melt. It's also going to be quite warm on Friday as well.
Yep, I know. I'm bummed about the snow melting. I was okay with it.
We'll enjoy the quiet before the storm, though.
Good point. Good point. Devin Biggs says the full forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We have some alerts already in effect ahead of our next system. This right here, it's a high wind watch. It's up until 2 a.m. Saturday. Obviously, there'll be an upgrade in between. And down toward the coast, we do have a storm watch in effect until 2 a.m. on Saturday as well. Because of the wind, it's also going to be moving through. We'll see an upgrade with that. And I'm going to pull up one more alert here that's not pulling up here. And this right here in the green area right here is a coastal flood watch that's also in effect. And that is also up for many areas until Friday at about 1 p.m. This is because of our next system moving in too. With the wind, I'll push some water from the ocean on shore. So these counties listed here will need to watch for a coastal flood watch as well. And I'm sure we'll see these alerts expanded further off towards the east. But for now, we're looking pretty good out there. Things looking pretty quiet this morning. Just a few passing clouds. Otherwise, things looking pretty good. We can zoom things out just a little bit more. There's just a few clouds off toward the west. High pressure keeping us calm. And I mean very calm. There's hardly any wind out there, so the ocean's nice and calm. And the key word is for now. We're in that calm before the storm. Gorham. We'll just have a mixture of clouds and sun today. More clouds on the way later on tonight, and we'll really see more cloud cover ahead of our next system later on, especially as we head towards Thursday. Here's the wind, not too bad at all. A light breeze out of the southwest and a little bit to the west at about 5 miles per hour. We'll be switching directions from time to time, but overall the winds will remain rather light. But your forecast moving forward for today, again, a partly cloudy sky overall, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Sun's peeking out. I'll take it.
I like that.
Well, as part of its 25th anniversary celebration, Bangor Savings Bank awarded grants totaling over $200,000 to 25 nonprofit organizations throughout New England. The recipients of these awards include Friends of River Valley in Oxford, Bangor Homeless Shelter, and Habitat for Humanity of Greater Bangor. And award winners were granted money based on a variety of criteria, including offering affordable housing, literacy services, educational support to families, and life-changing services for survivors of abuse.
The mission of the Bangor Savings Bank Foundation is to focus philanthropic efforts on initiatives that will make our communities more prosperous, livable, and vibrant. And with our endowment and strong support from the bank, the foundation's poised to truly make a positive impact on our communities.
The foundation was created in 1997 to help fulfill Bangor Savings Bank's commitment to improving communities across the greater Bangor area.
The bank being a very good neighbor, as they have for many years.
Absolutely, yeah, they are neighbors to Bangor Homeless Shelter. Yeah. That seems intuitively like the nonprofit they want to help.
They're always coming up with neat programs, too, to help the less fortunate or just do things to better their community. So
awesome.
It's nice to see.
Absolutely. Still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have your latest with local sports.
Don't go away.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
The biggest sale of the year starts right now, and it's only at the Furniture Gallery. Huge discounts everywhere during our year-end blowout sale. Recliners starting at $2.99. Queen mattresses also $2.99. And sectionals as low as $6.99. Save up to 75% off brand names like Ashley, Lane, Serta, Simmons, Nectar. You won't see these savings again, so don't miss your chance to purchase that special item now. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
'Twas the week before Christmas. Seems the big national stores had quit. Their shelves kind of empty, as if to say, sorry, that's it. But Rennie's keeps pushing and filling their shelves with candy, food, toys, clothing, and everything else. Don't make the big box mistake or keep shopping online. Be safe and satisfied in this, the final stretch. It's Rennie's time.
You know, I love me some good GMA in the morning. Robin, George, Michael, and GMA. Now that's how you start your day.
Good morning, America.
Yep, bring your friends.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We will start with the big news. Up in Orono, coaches, student athletes, and more gathered to hear from Jude Killey as the University of Maine introduced their newest director of athletics. Ryan Sudol has more.
I'm very pleased to introduce to you right now the next athletic director of the University of Maine, Jude Killey.
Jude Killey was announced today as UMaine's next athletic director at a press conference attended by many athletes and coaches.
He's a thoughtful, studious person who has studied us. He knows about UMaine athletics. He knows about our history. He knows about our potential future.
A future that Killey sees as one that takes things head on, but responsibly.
I think the biggest thing is just being consistent in our logic. We're going to be aggressive, but we got to find ways that we want to be aggressive first before we start making statements about them, and just trying to connect everybody together so we're focused on one goal, one mission, one purpose.
And Killey enters UMaine with shovels in the ground and new coaches at the helm. He says that was a huge part of his decision.
The research that he did on the coaching staff, I think by and large it's a very good staff. A lot of younger folks here in want or need of some guidance and support. And certainly, you know, the other piece with the facilities, et cetera, who doesn't want to build? right? Who doesn't want to build and transform?
Killey was most recently the deputy AD at Miami, Ohio, and has led the department to their best financial years in history. He looks to take what he learned there to Orono.
I think that's the important piece, is trying to establish some relationships with people and understanding donor intent, who wants to be involved and why they want to be involved, and how we can kind of push that forward together.
It's become common for UMaine athletic directors to leave before their contract is up, but Killey says that his track record is built to last.
I think the shortest I've been anywhere has been high school or college when I was an attendee, right? So I worked at NACDA for about 4 years, University of Pittsburgh for 6, I've been at Miami for 15. My whole piece to the puzzle of Miami is it can be a destination. And I feel the exact same thing about here. I think the opportunity is there for this to be a destination.
Reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Ryan Sudol.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to the Killey administration of the University of Maine athletics. Let's stay with the Black Bears now. One local soccer star has just put pen to paper to continue her career up in Orono. Herman Hawk senior midfielder Michaela Salter signed her national letter of intent to join the University of Maine on Tuesday afternoon. Salter helped Herman to 3 regional championship titles, and over the years her team was 63-3 with her on the field. Pretty impressive. She says playing for Herman has really shaped her soccer career.
I love my team. I love my coach, MJ, and playing at Herman has just definitely helped me so much become a better soccer player, and it's been so awesome. Like winning 3 Northern Maine titles is really amazing.
Team that had a historic 2022 season, making it to the America East semifinal, just 2 wins away from the NCAA tournament. She says Maine is really the perfect spot for her, and it's always been her goal to play soccer at the next level.
Playing soccer in college has definitely always been like something I've wanted to do, and UMaine has been a school like I've always loved, so now like playing there is really exciting. Well, Maine is close to my family, close to my friends, and it's just a really nice school and it's close to home, so.
All right, wishing her luck when she gets up to Orono next fall. Let's stay with high school sports now. We will head to the hardwood, starting with a date down in Newport. Nokomis trying to start 2-0 against Skowhegan, the Riverhawks vying for their first win of the year. We'll pick this thing up in the 4th quarter. Riverhawks down 2. Adam Savage gets it inside to Kyle LePage to tie it at 39. Great play there from the quarterback. So to overtime we go. Minute 45 left in OT. Nokomis down 2. Madden White gets the 12-footer to go off Grady Hartsgrove's pass. We are tied at 45. Another football connection. Hartsgrove again gets it to a cutting White, and he finishes in traffic and lays it in. That gives the Warriors a 47-45 lead. Last chance for Skowhegan to tie. LePage against Hartsgrove. He can't get the hook to go. Hartsgrove with the rebound, and that will seal it. Nokomis wins it. They're 49-45. They are 2-0. That's 22 wins in a row for the Warriors. Let's head back up 95 now. Over in Herman, Hawks are hosting the Golden Bucks. Herman looking to hand Bucksport their first loss of the winter. Hawks up at the half, but here come those Bucks. Evan Donald goes baseline, and he's going to find Jason Terrell for 2. That ties things up right off the glass there. Nice play. Here come the Hawks with a answer, though. A little 2-man ball between Bryce Edwards and Brody Hurds, and Edwards finishes that with a 3-ball, nothing but net. But the Bucks were on fire in the second half. Terrell to Donald, over to Jake Williams for 2. Blink and you'll miss all that ball movement right there. And then Donald is going to take this one to the hole for 2 of his own. He'll get the lucky bounce. Bucks win 53-44. To Bangor we go now. Rams and Red Eddies going at it. Bangor looking for their first win. Edward Little trying for 2 in a row. End of the first. Eddies almost picked this one off, but Damon Gonsalves recovers. He finds Harry Fitzpatrick for 2. Rams up 15-6. So no score for the whole second quarter. Start of the third now. Landon Kugel finds Eli St. Laurent. He launches it, and he ends the drought from 3, 15-9. But Bangor would also come alive on offense. Wyatt Stevens hits a 3 here to answer back. And then later in the third, it's going to be Matt Holmes. Nice fake in the post right here. Gets the shot up. Can't get it to go, but Connor Boone is there to clean it up. Rams win a close one, 34-31. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Did you know that Renewal by Andersen will replace your windows any time of the year and in any weather? Made with our exclusive Fibrix material, which is vastly superior to vinyl, never needs painting, and resists warping and bowing. We custom build your replacement windows in the USA and back them with the nation's best warranty. Call Renewal by Andersen for your free consultation. Don't miss this money-saving deal with great financing. Installation is always included. Call now.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
When Mainly Mercantile wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Mainly Mercantile is a venue of small businesses. We are a diverse group offering upcycled furniture and home decor, vintage items, jewelry, DIY creative products, made in Maine items, and souvenirs.
Name someone Santa would bring to therapy with them.
Candy canes.
Happy holidays.
Name someone
From Family Feud.
Stop it!
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
And for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Uh-oh, new neighbor incoming. Be cool.
We're going back to Paris for the holidays. The new season of Emily in Paris drops today, and keep in mind while you're watching Lily Collins struggle to speak French as her character, the real Collins actually speaks French pretty well.
That's a little difficult. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to pretend like you don't know how to say something in a way that you know it, but and to mispronounce it over and over and over again. It's like I just want to answer it fully in French. So it is tricky.
All episodes of Season 3 of Emily in Paris are out today on Netflix. Moviegoers excited about returning to space next year. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the most anticipated blockbuster of 2023. That according to Fandango, which took a poll of movie ticket buyers. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse coming in second. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania in third. Guardians 3 is in theaters May 5th. Marvel is owned by Disney, the parent company of ABC News. The band Queen still wildly popular. Their rock opera epic Bohemian Rhapsody hitting over 2 billion streams on Spotify, the only classic rock act to reach that milestone. And Oscar-winning actress Jane Fonda with a birthday today, she's 85, while Oscar nominee Samuel L. Jackson turned 74. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And now a final look at our forecast. Looks like a pretty good day ahead.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. So here's the alerts that we're watching for today. So we have a storm watch in effect along the coast until 2 a.m. on Saturday. That's this area right about in here. And we also have a high wind watch that's been issued until 2 a.m. Saturday. Obviously, both of those alerts will see some upgrades. It's another alert that I'm going to pull up right about in here. So we'll query that for you here. And this is what we call a coastal flood watch that is in effect. And that's because we're going to be dealing with some wind. It's going to be pushing some water on shore. I honestly would not be surprised to see these expanded as we'll be watching this system developing as we do move forward. So these are the alerts that are in effect, at least until Friday or Saturday or so. But for now, we're looking pretty decent out there. Just a few passing clouds, things remaining rather calm with high pressure right nearby. But we are going to be watching for our next system that will be moving in soon. Here's high pressure right here. Here's a weak little cold front right here. But the major system is well off toward the west, starting to get its act together now. We'll track off towards the east. And later this week, a lot of wintry precipitation, but mainly rain will soon be on the way for us. So for now, we're going to be under a partly cloudy sky for us today. Any clouds we're seeing will be getting out of here. But more clouds on the way later on tonight. And really to the daytime tomorrow as we'll be watching for our next system now. We'll really get its act together in a big hurry. So it's going to start getting its act together pretty much later today with some snow across parts of the upper Midwest. Other areas seeing some precipitation, what we call a bomb cyclone, also known as bombogenesis, which means a system that really blows up in a big hurry. And we're going to be seeing that throughout the next day or so, especially Thursday and Friday. We'll see a wintry mix by early Friday morning or so. But with warmer air pushing in, we'll see this switching over to all rain. So anything that does accumulate snow-wise or ice-wise will melt in a hurry with, of course, gusty winds up to 50, even 60 miles per hour at times. We'll push this through, but the gusty winds will continue, especially as we head towards the weekend. All of the precipitation issues will begin to back off, especially as we head towards the holiday weekend. So here we go. Any snowfall mainly occurred later on in the week, though, especially by Friday, as we'll be watching for a little bit of snow in the northern ends of the state. hardly anything further down toward the south. This will mainly be a rain issue as well, as any of the snow will melt with temperatures getting above freezing. 1 to 2 inches, possibly up to 3 inches of rain before we're all finished up. So a lot of rainfall on the way between now and Sunday. And of course, temperatures will really warm up in a hurry as well before it begins to melt away. Our average high being 33 degrees will be in the mid-30s today and tomorrow. Lower 50s for your Friday, not a typo. Then we'll cool off in a hurry again back into the 20s for highs into the weekend and Monday into Tuesday as well. Your forecast for today, mid-30s, partly cloudy with that west wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, mid-teens becoming mostly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mid-30s becoming mostly cloudy with the east wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And here's a look at your extended forecast moving forward. So we're going to be watching for things to get active later on, especially as we head towards your Friday with that wind sheet mix that will switch over to rain with highs in the lower 50s. Today is also the first day of winter. And then by Saturday, Christmas Eve, it's a slight chance for snow, otherwise partly cloudy. And Christmas Day looking pretty good as well, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-20s.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
Portal Call in Bucksport is closing its doors after 17 years in business. All inventory is on sale, including Christmas jewelry, pajamas, socks, imports, including Harris tweed handbags, wallets, and purses from Scotland, woolen scarves from Ireland, gloves, alpaca socks, scarves, and hats. Also, all fragrance gifts, including Inish fragrances from Ireland, Man Bar soaps, hand-painted silk scarves, plush toys, sleep hoodies, and so much more. Perfect for Christmas shopping. Portal Call, 69 Main Street, Bucksport. When Cat Tracks in LaGrange wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Cat Tracks in LaGrange is your dealer for Hewitt lifts and Rolodocks, with the goal to get you on the lake faster than anyone else.
It's NBA Christmas Day. 5-star studded matchups all day long, beginning at noon on ESPN and ABC.
Google releases its list of most popular Christmas cookies in each state. Google Maps is based on searches between December 3rd and 9th. Gingerbread was the top cookie in 7 states and Washington, D.C. In second place, peanut butter cookies, which were popular in 7 states. 6 states searched for Italian cookies, followed by sugar cookies. I don't know what an Italian cookie is.
Yeah, I think they have like little powdered sugar on them.
Oh, cool. With the jam?
Kind of like little wedding cookies.
Cool.
Kind of thing. So
sounds
it's good stuff. I like them all myself. So
I will try all the cookies.
Yeah, give me the cookies.
Yes.
I'll be a happy guy.
That's a great gift.
That's it. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Good Morning America is next on ABC 7. You can continue to watch us in our second hour on Fox 22.
Go eat a cookie.
Welcome to Bennett's Gems and Jewelry in Belfast. With beautifully crafted gemstone jewelry you'll be proud to own or give as a gift. See why our longtime customers call Bennett's their favorite gift store, with an irresistible selection of genuine Maine tourmaline. Fine jewelry and gemstone giftware. Bennett's Gems also pays cash for your old gold and silver. Open till 6 every day, even Sunday. Bennett's Gems and Jewelry is on Route 1 in Belfast, next to Perry's Nut House. Look for our famous pink dinosaur and prepare to be delighted.
If I don't hear from you tonight, I know it, but I can't let go. Everything I love is out to sea.
The Greg B. Harrell Show. ...
Am I supposed to read the ...
More than this.
New England Bible College and Seminary in